back, you know how this goes.
Part 2 of our Division II Girls Soccer Tournament District Semifinal doubleheader goes down tonight. Two Richland County foes out on the field about to go toe-to-toe. The Lady Colts of Clear Fork and the Madison Lady Rams competing for a chance to take on top-seeded Ontario. We'll have the opening kick and this matchup coming up right after this.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Dan Marino? You all right?
22.
Delay again. Number 13.
I'm good right here, bro.
Should we? Don't even think about it.
Dulce, muy dulce. O picoso, muy picoso. ¿De qué tienes antojo? Seguro lo tenemos o te lo inventamos. ¿Te gustaría probarlo?
Dávalos Mercado Dulce Amor, 1350 Lexington Avenue, Mansfield, Ohio.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Happy Halloween.
And we welcome you back to Lexington High School for our pregame show presented by Baker's Collision Repair. I am Brian Skowronski, the great Jesse Ryder, joining me here tonight for this all Richland County showdown. Madison and Clear Fork Boy, what an intriguing matchup I think that we have here in store for us tonight. Jesse, looking forward to this one a lot.
Absolutely. This is, I think everybody's familiar with how this game ended the first time around, where Clear Fork scored the game-winning goal with just seconds left on the clock to get the 2-1 victory. And this is a matchup that seems to be close every single time they play. And so I think tonight will be no different. So I think we'll be excited to see kind of what tonight looks like, how the game shapes out, how the teams are prepared, and ultimately how this game ends up.
Let's take a look at our Lady Rams team spotlight for tonight. The co-OCC champions, they shared that with Worcester. Took out Norwalk 3-0 in the sectional championship, and this is a team that kind of rode their defensive prowess a lot. They play a tough schedule, but look at those 3 wins on the schedule there, Jesse. They beat some top-notch competition.
Absolutely, and certainly the one that's going to be kind of circled, especially depending tonight's result, is they beat Ontario pretty handily. We just saw as a talented team, a great defense, and these guys put up 5 goals against a talented Ontario defense. So certainly there's a little bit of nerves and games that will be kind of games within the games tonight and Saturday as well. But in order to get to Saturday, you got to win tonight, and that is not an easy task.
But for them, if they can ride their senior stud, Nevaeh Lewis, 22 goals, closing in on 60 for her career. Didn't even play a season ago. I mean, this young lady, she is dynamite.
Absolutely. Probably one of the area's top goal scorers. So fast, so skilled, such a smooth finisher with the ball. It's a tough matchup to try and defend her and deny her the ball over the field. So Clear Fork is certainly going to have their hands full with that.
And we are underway here officially as we'll just dive into the action. They're about 5 minutes ahead of schedule here. These referees playing no games, Jesse. They wanted to get into the game quickly.
Absolutely. But these tournament times, you just never know how long games are going to take. And so every team's guaranteed 20 minutes, but just going to try and hit that target start time. But if you're a little sooner, a little later, as long as you get those 20 minutes warm up on the field, you're going to be good.
We'll tell you a little bit about Clear Fork and their season on our first dead ball as they almost put one in the back of the net here early.
Yeah, good ball in. The finish was took a little bit of a weird spin on her, but the opportunity was there, and Clear Fork right away within the first minute of the match with a good opportunity to go forward. But now Madison's countering the other way. I like the pace of this game. This is going to be a fun night tonight.
Yeah, we definitely had this one circled on the schedule, and we saw that this was going to be the matchup in the tournament.
Yeah, when you start back in August, you know these 4 teams are gonna play in the regular season, and that'll be fun. But then they're gonna meet again here in this setting with all the pressure, and then the win or go home mentality, and who comes ready to play, who can get the goals, who can capitalize those chances, and who gets a chance to play for a district championship on Saturday.
Ontario already punching their ticket. They won 2-0 in the earlier match tonight over Lexington. So that will be the team awaiting the winner of this one as Mel Bluebaugh looking to turn inside here. Almost tripped up. And now turned away by that Madison defense as she gets slung down to the ground.
I don't know if it's muddy. They were sort of got stuck in the ground a little bit. Just couldn't quite get the traction she needed. So a little bit of momentum going forward for Madison now. Back and forth. Big through ball in. Too deep. But I like the opportunity there. Certainly when you have the pace of Nevaeh, that ball behind the defenders is going to be problematic to defend. So Renee's got to be off her line quickly. The defender's got to communicate. You just got to try and figure out what you do with Nevaeh's speed.
Quickly show you the team spotlight for the Lady Colts this season. The MOAC runners-up again. Their only loss to Ontario. This is a team that's outscored their opponents by more than 3 goals per game. Already knocks off Madison. You talked about the dramatic fashion. Wins over Bexley, along with Lexington and Worcester. So this is a team, much like the Rams, play a great non-conference schedule and certainly battle-tested heading into tournament action.
Yeah, I believe they got a good tie. I think it was a tie against Granville, who's been one of the top teams in the state of Ohio recently, and so they've battled them and played them. A little confusion on where the throw-in's going to go. It's going to be Clear Fork and change to Madison. But certainly the Clear Fork schedule is a difficult schedule, and we made the same comment about Ontario. They do a good job of adjusting to the level of what their conference might be currently and making sure you put on some teams on there that are going to prepare you for a moment such as this tonight.
Deep throwing into the box. It settles at the feet here of a Lady Colt. And after a little bit of pressure, here's Windsor now, double teamed. And Kylie Back just going to rocket it out of there, at least for a moment.
Madison's not super organized yet defensively. The ball kind of bouncing around, a couple misplayed balls, missed touches there. So it's really going to be for Madison. You got to clean that up defensively. And then can you counter with Nevaeh? Can you get the ball forward and get some opportunities to score?
Wine drops it back off to the defense. As Jaden Nill sends that one down the far sideline. And is eventually going to go out of bounds. So we'll take a look at our player spotlight for the Lady Colts, and a record setter all her entire career, Annika Labaki. 23 assists. That's a program record for a single season. She's the career leader as well, Jesse. So this is a kid, I mean, when she has the ball, always looking for her teammates, does a fabulous job of setting them up.
Absolutely. I think a record like that, certainly it's a tribute to her skill, but I just think she understands the game at a high level. When you have those kind of assists playing the schedule that they do, you just have to understand the game and kind of be able to think through what's the next play that's going to happen. And she's just such a smart player and just understands the game and can create kind of something out of nothing. Great turn by Nevaeh. Good hit by Nevaeh. Good save by Renee Anders.
So Nevaeh Lewis already making her presence felt as you take a look on the Jackson Well Services replay. Sending that one near post, trying to thread it in there. But Renee, like you said, this is like her 7th season back there. She's been tested, but maybe not by the likes of Nevaeh this many times. Back post, just missed.
What an opportunity. It's so simple with Nevaeh. There's not a lot of flash to her game. It's just so fast and so smooth and so technical that those types of finishes you've just grown to expect over the years. Just a little bit wide, maybe even glance the post a little bit, but it was just a simple turn and then acceleration, and just a good opportunity for Madison.
Off the restart, Renee sends into the mix, takes a hop out here. And it looked like Madison player lost their footing. Kirsten Swigart.
Back and forth right now. Both teams getting some interesting chances early. Good build-up by Clear Fork. Might be a little too deep into the pocket there.
Just knocked out of bounds. So a Clear Fork throw, and they're going to get in. Quick substitution. As Jada Lamp's going to take a seat.
Her sister Zoe Lamp checked in for her there. Nice one there, the sibling connection. I don't know if I'd love to be subbed out by my younger brother, I'll be honest. Certainly I'm a fan of the team to play well, but also my younger brother subbed me out in a big game like this.
That's a crucial point there, Jesse. You wonder if there's a little bit of bitterness with Big Sis going out.
I think they understand the game and they both play a ton, so I'm sure to get a quick breather, you're back in. Get a bit of instruction from Coach Bechtel there, but you know they've got it managed and controlled.
And that's definitely in Coach Bechtel's style. Fast and furious, going to the bench. Always a lot of depth, sometimes replacing 3-4 girls at a time.
Yeah, sometimes you kind of have to create your own depth, and I think that's something that Coach Bechtel has done so well at Clear Fork, of getting players minutes, opportunities, and chances. And sometimes that means sometimes your star players or key players or main players might not always see the most minutes or maybe the most significant minutes, but you got to give that away to create depth for the future. And Coach Bechtel has done that for so long, where it's just creating opportunities for players to really shine and excel in big settings.
Corner kick opportunity here for Annika. She's been a master at these. Drives it in near post, but rocketed out of there by Madison. They handled that well.
Yeah, probably a little lower than she wanted. A bit of a tough clear from Clear Fork. You just got to be careful with when you're Clear Fork and defending. You just can't let the ball kind of bounce in your area. It's got to be just win the ball, connect to the next level quickly. Madison will put that press on right away, and if you get a missed touch or a misplayed ball on the back line, they're the type of team that can make you pay quickly for that.
Flicked forward here by the Lady Rams, but it's going to be right at Sophia Perry.
Good build up here. Certainly possession is favoring Clear Fork. Madison with some good opportunities, but just not quite through possession. Just quick kind of counterattacks and turnarounds. But that's the play right there. Win the ball, get it forward, let Nevaeh work up in that space.
Her and Perry definitely going to be eye to eye, I think, a bunch here tonight. Natalie Back always kind of looking for. But Perry's able to clear this time.
It's a big booming ball forward. It's going to stay in play, and Nevaeh's going to give chase.
Referee's got the flag up, though, for an offside.
Oh, I did not see that. I thought she was chasing behind that defender the whole time. I guess I didn't see the starting line there.
It looks like she's behind a couple defenders.
Well, referee's got the vantage point, I guess, right there. You know, it's not easy to be a referee. I was in between games. I was talking to Ken Spitzer, who's coached the Mansfield Tigers, the Lady Tigers this year, and who's done a great job. And they were really trying to turn that program around. Got some good players there and doing some good things. He was telling me a story about Mansfield played Milan Edison. The game was called 45 seconds left in the first half because Edison's coaches had been red carded, 3 players had been red carded, and parents were beginning to get onto the field. And so the referee said that's enough. I'm like, oh my goodness! Like we talked during the first game, but there's just some crazy people out there, and sometimes that trickles down into the sporting events, and you hate to see it at ages like this or youth ages. But man,
yeah, Twitter's a treasure trove, Jesse. If you're trying to see AAU basketball gone wrong, I cannot believe how many videos there are of parents attacking refs.
I just cringe when I see it, and it's so common now. It's like every weekend when AAU basketball's in, like, hey, somebody ran on the court and punched a ref. Like,
sure.
That's awful, and it's just common. It's just
daily.
Unbelievable.
Here's Ashton Wine turning towards her strong foot, sets up Labaki, tried to thread it through. Smashed out of there by the captain, though.
You know, every sports fan kind of has their quirks. I think for soccer, you get loud and just kind of obnoxious yelling. That AAU basketball setting, though, just I'm sure there's good parents in there, but man, what I've been around, it gets heated quickly, and then no one knows how to de-escalate a whole situation there, and just ends up as a nightmare.
Well, I feel like I'm a pretty decent Parrot fan, but you put me in that environment too, Jesse, and something just about it make you lose your mind.
Yeah, just the foul calls. It's the one sport probably where there's so much judgment.
Yes.
On quick plays consecutively. You know, soccer, there's a little bit of that. Football, maybe a little bit of that, but basketball, man, they've got there's so much judgment. I think that'd probably be the toughest thing to referee.
I think you make a good argument.
That's why I'm not a basketball ref. Annika's got some space on the outside.
Yeah, a couple nice turns. I mean, she's just so smooth with the ball. My gosh.
I'm going to give her.
Now a chance for Lamp. Gets her pocket picked, though. Look like Callie Cyrus stepping in there. Got a head of steam. And she sends one almost on the money for Nevaeh.
That ball was threaded almost perfectly. Defended nicely by Clearfork. They've got a veteran, smart back line. They're not going to make a lot of mistakes. They're fast. They're skilled. They're smart. But that was a beautiful ball and just almost made it through the 2 defenders back there.
So still 0-0 on our MWD Logistics scoreboard, but opportunities on both sides. Nevaeh Lewis has had 2 great looks on net. And anytime you see a player just kind of throw her hands up, you know probably that whistle's coming.
Yeah, a lot of grabbing there, and Annika makes sure that referee knows it wasn't her doing the grabbing, it was Jada Neal, and gets the free kick there because of it. I think Annika's one of those players that's so tough to defend. We saw her skill with the ball earlier. You have to be physical. You don't want to be dirty, but you can't give her time and space. The more she can see the field, the more time she has, the better ball and the better decision she's going to make. And so it's just got to be immediate pressure, but she's also good enough to beat you one-on-one, so you can't be careless with your pressure.
There she was right there, kind of case in point. Just tried for stride.
Sabri Caudill played an interesting ball there. Ends up being pretty favorable for Clearfork. She's kind of disappointed with the ball she played, but worked out nicely.
Yeah, Blakely was able to get to it, get a touch. Taken away, though, by the Lady Rams, and now here's Lewis, the speedster. Knocked out of bounds by Sabri Caudill.
Some substitutions coming on. Another district score we just heard about. Mansfield Christian took a tough loss to Van Buren, 1-0.
Yeah, the defending district champs out there.
Yeah, certainly had a good team. Got a good group out there. That is a tough loss. That's why you play the games.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Going over there tomorrow. Teach a couple of media courses. Got some.
Oh, to me, I meant to Van Buren. Why?
No, not over there. No. Just curious to talk to the soccer players that I have in my classes.
Oh, we used to have
what the story was.
Such a rivalry with Van Buren years ago. Nevaeh's gonna have some space and speed to go.
Oh, wow.
Turn the defender around. Let's see what happens here.
Lewis cuts it back against the grain, one-on-one with the keeper, Anders.
What a save. She came off her line so well. Goes down and gets the save. Going to get a goal kick out of it. I don't know what I'm more impressed with. The skill of Nevaeh one-on-one to split these two defenders. Watch this touch here. Just at ends. It's beautiful, but Anders breaks her line, gets down, gets the ball. Ball first, no PK. What a play. What a great back-and-forth play there by Nevaeh and Renee Anders. Great play all the way around.
Yeah, two big-time seniors making huge plays right there. Lewis now 3 times that she's almost been able to net a goal, but still sitting here scoreless as Anders collects just on the outskirts of the 18. And two players that it seems, you're right, they've been around forever.
Yeah.
Nevaeh Lewis, you think back, one of the heroes in the state championship win for Madison back a few years ago.
Oh, I think you and I called their freshman debut for both of them, if I'm not mistaken. I think Nevaeh had 4 in the first half.
Something crazy.
Yeah, and Renee was in that game as well. Certainly that's not the result she wants to share, but I mean, these are two players that have just become common names around the Division II level here, and great players, great ability. Unfortunately, one of their seasons is going to end tonight, though. I mean, it's crazy to think that we've seen these players forever, and unless there's another COVID year I don't know about, but one of those their high school career will be done in about 2 hours, give or take.
Punching this one forward, and Anders off her line.
You know, Renee Anders, I always felt had some great hands, and just her timing was good. And that save against Nevaeh, of all the saves I've seen her make, might be one of the best saves I've seen her make. I mean, a player of Nevaeh's skill and speed to beat your defenders one-on-one. Renee just had to break to the ball. She had to get down, and she had to hit the ball. And she does that, and does it in such a manner that they actually get a goal kick out of it. What a great play by Renee Anders. But the touch by Nevaeh was so good as well. It's just, that's a great play all the way around by everybody.
Clear Fork lays it back here for Belcher. Good looking ball. Drops just to the left side of Blakely. And now she rips it. Oh, what a save. Wow. Shaden Pfeiffer coming up with a huge save right there.
Yeah, just kind of punched it over, and a little late reaction because it just kind of bounces weird here. A bit of a weird angle. Misses the first touch. Cuts back. Just drills it, and Pfeiffer gets it right over the bar. Good save. Good hit by Blakely. Good opportunities. Back and forth action here. Man, we've seen some good opportunities early on. No goals, but certainly some good opportunities.
Yeah, I think certainly as anticipated tonight that we're going to get some offense.
Annika Labaki back on the corner here. Again, kind of a low corner in.
Sure.
Interesting touch up. Just kind of bouncing around. Just chaos in the box. Blue ball. Ooh, I thought more was coming on that one. I got a little excited.
Yeah, settled look right in front of Mel. Takes a nice touch, but that's, if you want to call it the weak foot, not her strong foot anyways. And
yeah, kind of falling away from the goal, falling away from the ball. Just can't quite get enough on it to make it troublesome for the keeper. But it's 2 good opportunities for Clear Fork, preceded by a good opportunity from Madison. It's back and forth. Clear Fork's in the box again. Playing the ball a little wide, but it might work out for them.
Yeah, I think it will. Here comes Bluebaugh. Sets it up for the right foot this time. Whoa, what a move. Sets the defender on the ground and rifles it home. Melody Bluebaugh.
That's going on the highlight reel. What a cut. Send a defender to the ground. Another one in the air. Puts the ball in the back of the net. Can't wait to see the replay on this.
Oh, that's a little bit late. I'll back it up for you guys.
You can still see the finish there, just drills. I mean, it's still a good shot too, but the move to set up the shot, if you're a young soccer player, to watch the cut, just a simple cutback. Defenders were just at a full speed there, and wow, what a great goal.
I think I might have rewound this a little bit much. Okay, so here comes the big ball to Mel coming up.
That's a good ball in. You're gonna see it goes wider than you think because you can't even see her in the frame yet. But she kind of joins the attack here. And here comes, just watch the cut. 2 defenders here.
Yeah. Wow.
What a cut. Cuts it back to what you just called the weaker foot, Brian.
I stand corrected.
As we're watching the replay, Nevaeh Lewis almost scored again. Great effort. Just missed wide again. She's been so close. She's missed just right, just left. Renee enters the great save. Nevaeh has been so close so many times. But Clear Fork has the 1-0 lead.
That's the 4th golden opportunity in this first 18 minutes for Miss Lewis. Lady Colts, though, capitalizing on their best look so far. And Mel Bluebaugh, she has really taken shape into just a great competitor. I think her first couple of seasons, she got a lot of minutes at the varsity level, Jesse, but she just didn't feel to me like she kind of had like that killer instinct, if you will. Totally different Bluebaugh, I think, this season, and that's why she's having a big-time campaign and one of the leading scorers on the team.
I agree. You've always kind of seen the skill set, but it's just a little bit of now it's the skill set, the ability, and the mental aspect. It's all coming together, and she is just one of the leaders of this talented Clear Fork team.
That was her 11th goal of the season. As this another good-looking ball into the box, drops right in front of Mel.
Well, that's another good opportunity for Clear Fork there. For Madison defensively, they're getting beat on that long ball, that diagonal ball pretty frequently. You're going to have to win that ball out of the air, or you're going to be looking at a bigger deficit than one.
Clear Fork again wins the possession. And big ball headed forward by Windsor. Handled by Pfeiffer. Big punt. Drops down here for Labaki.
Good possession by Clear Fork, just keeping the ball moving. Nothing fancy or flashy, just keep the ball. Oh, as we said that, a bit of a turnover.
Ashton Wine trying to recover and get it back. Now here's Kylie Belcher. She's got plenty of space. Madison.
Yeah, she was looking for that same ball that she played the blue ball earlier. That's not quite the. Oh.
Yeah, a little push in the back, and the referee is going to stop play for that one.
Yeah, I think everybody saw it. He's waiting to see how the ball, it played out there.
And Mel, for all her skill, definitely still a little slight frame. So when she gets hit, little bit more movement.
Good
that
ball
one drilled in there. Windsor caught a great piece too.
That's great hands. Wow, I thought she'd have lost it in the goal. It's such a tough angle, quick reaction save. Oh my!
Yeah, look at this one.
Flurry of opportunities. Good ball in. Good touch there. I mean, she did everything right, but Jaden Pfeiffer, wow, that's great hands. That's a tough ball to catch clean without knocking into your own goal there.
Windsor herself has 11 goals on the season. Great to see her starting to return to form after being lost in the first minute of the season last year.
Absolutely. Certainly a talented player, and I think kind of find that rhythm again, so fast and aggressive. And sometimes those ACL injuries, they just kind of change her mindset a little bit, but it looks like she's kind of back into that top player form.
And for Madison right now, not a whole lot of ball possession. They've just been playing these big rocket balls, hoping that Nevaeh can track them down, and she's done that more often than not.
It's a good physical battle there. Madison's got a lot of players around the ball. It's just not quite coming away with it. There is some tough tackling going on out there tonight.
Let's see who's going to win this one. Looks like Clear Fork and Jada Lamp content just to knock it out of bounds, getting a couple of subs.
Looks like Lamp for Lamp again.
And over on the other side, Kendall Kirshner, she's going to get a quick breather. As we're just past the midway point here of this opening half. District Semifinals, Lewis. Low runner on that shot. Good pace behind it.
It's a big tackle by Kylie Washington. She's going to have some space to go forward now. See if she can get a quality ball into the box. A bit of a missed touch there. Caught her heel. Does well to recover. Does well to keep possession.
Now they'll swing it around the park, back to the middle.
Yeah, we've not seen this a lot from Madison. We're just kind of moving the ball side to side. That's a bad giveaway because Clear Fork's going to have some numbers and space to go forward.
And the sophomore Brindley Barnett, good-looking pass. Windsor tripped up. I think they just got their feet tangled.
Yeah.
Ooh, another nice-looking cutback right there from Rudy Moore.
We talked about the pace and pressure of Windsor, and that was an example of it. Just got turned around a little bit, though, but there's some good soccer being played out here. When you're Madison, you have this luxury of when you don't know what to do with the ball, you can just hit it long, and you can turn nothing into something with Nevaeh up top there. I mean, you got to be able to keep it out of the box. You can't let Renee get her hands on it. But if you can just get it behind the defenders, That might be the most consecutive headers by one player I've seen in a game.
And for Coach Zach Huff and his bunch, I mean, outside of Nevaeh, nobody is much of a gifted scorer. I mean, you see Kirsten, she's got 7. Outside of that, Jesse, everybody else 5 or less. So Lewis certainly, I mean, she is that premier golden goal scorer for them that they're trying to get the ball to as often as possible.
Yeah, certainly you can talk about the speed of Nevaeh. She's got that incredible cutback. But what I've always been impressed with is some players just know how to score goals. And I always felt like she was just a natural goal scorer that you get her the ball, her first thought is, I'm going to go to goal, I'm going to go score. It's going to be a foul on Madison there, their 3rd of the contest. And I've always just been impressed by that. Oh, it's going to be a yellow card there for Madison.
So this is going to be assessed to Kirsten Swigert, who's going to have to check out. And good opportunity here from maybe 25 yards away. Looks like they're going to put blue ball on it.
Yeah, blue ball we've seen has got the range to hit it. It's right around. You got to really strike the ball with a little bit of power here to keep it as a difficult shot. Or do you just kind of chip it in there, loft it in there? It's difficult to defend because you got pressure coming at you right away. You kind of got to hit it as hard as you can. Let's see what blue ball decides to do.
He's got 3 players on the right side and just rifles it.
I thought it took a deflection that might have been troublesome for Pfeiffer, but she handled it cleanly.
Yeah, Jaden's showcased that. I mean, she's got some stickum on those gloves here tonight.
Yeah, her hands have been really impressive because she's received some shots and caught it cleanly. Have been tough angles and tough shots and quick reaction. She's done everything she's been asked to do.
Pass on the money there for Ashton Wine. Try to cut it up the middle of the field, turned away. And that ball, well, they say it stayed in bounds, so.
Yep, the rule in soccer's got to be completely over the line, and if one part of the ball remains in play, then you're good. And that apparently is what the referees agreed, and I think it's right. Bang, bang play, and I think they handled it.
Now Washington, yeah, a lot of space here. Cuts it back against the grain, tried to set it up, and it was off target for Powell. Rams got the 18 surrounded, though, now.
Madison does, oh, that's a dangerous ball. Ooh, not the shot you want, though. Madison's doing a better job in the attacking third of keeping possession here. They're not really interested at defensively, but once they get the ball forward, they're looking to just kind of keep possession and get a quality shot. That's a difficult thing. I think you got to take a touch forward. You got to face the goal a little bit. To just turn and hit that blindly so hard. So I think really you take your touch forward, you square up to the goal a little bit, give yourself a quality chance.
Want to say hello to everybody watching on Facebook and YouTube tonight. Drop us some comments on some dead balls. I'll dive into the chat section and see what you guys are up to out there.
Wonder if Aaron Brown and Josh Young are still having that conversation about Snickers in the woods. I don't know.
I think it's a great debate.
I don't think it is. I think it's clearly you don't eat candy from the woods.
To each their own, Jesse. Okay, we all have our own snack rules. How do you feel about the 5-second rule?
Depends on what it is, and depends on where it lands. My house, I'm okay with it. Public places, probably not.
Not so much, huh? I always heard that germs are good for the gut biome.
Yeah, that don't taste good, though. It's going to be a Madison corner kick, as we discuss the candy.
Oh, it's a boomer there, near post, and shuttered around a couple of times.
Yeah, the ball played in was great. Madison just couldn't quite connect on the other end, and now it's defended nicely. Any touch there is better because Kendall Windsor had a lot of space and speed to run through. It's still going to be problematic for Madison.
Long carry here for Ashton Wine. And earns a corner kick. Well done by Ashton.
You just see just the pace of this game. We had a corner kick at one end, and then 10 seconds later there's a corner kick at the other end. This game has just been back and forth, back and forth. Quality opportunity at one end turns into a quality opportunity at the other end. So now we'll see clear for what they elect to do is Annika Labaki had the first 2 corners. Came in probably a little low, a little shorter than what she normally hits. With a new corner kick taker out there. Let's see where they place this one.
This will be Avery Wine on the ball. Pretty good. Center cut. Punched out of there, I think, by Jaden.
Jaden Pfeiffer having a nice game back there.
But it's Clear Fork. Trying to keep something happening here in the attacking third with Zoe Lamb pinned down in the corner. Washington defending. Goes touchline, sets it up. Didn't have anybody available there.
kind of an odd play. She just kind of kept going back and forth. She wasn't interested in turning the ball over, just keeping the ball, but then nothing else was really happening. So eventually just plays the ball in the middle to no one.
Fresh body checking back in here for the Lady Rams. Trailing 1-0 on our MWD Logistics scoreboard. Under 13 minutes remaining in this opening half. Winner moving on to Saturday's District Championship to take on the Lady Warriors of Ontario.
It's a good ball moved by Clear Fork. I probably got to release that one more time. Got to keep that ball moving. That's not the ball you want to play there.
Lewis with a big touch, and when she turns the corner, look out, lightning speed. Here's Nevaeh again, keeps the carry, turns it up, and she scores.
Wow.
You knew it was just a matter of time for Nevaeh Lewis. And now the senior with her 23rd goal.
It starts with a bad giveaway in the middle. I think Zoe Lamb just kind of didn't know what to do with the ball, got a little stuck there and plays it right to Nevaeh's feet. But from midfield, she just turned and accelerated, took some contact, kind of messed her touch up, and still finishes. That is a really, really good goal. You see all the skills of that player there. You see her speed. She can separate from the defender. She just has a good center of gravity. She's tough to knock off the ball, keeps her balance there, and then she just knows to finish. She just finds those goals. Every time I see her play, she just gets goals.
So we are all back to even. Madison and Clear Fork locked up in a 1-1 game right now. And we've seen plenty of offensive opportunities at each end so far.
Yeah, it's been interesting. We talked about those quality opportunities we talked about in the first game. Clear Fork's had some. I would say Madison's probably had more quality. It just comes off kind of broken plays and not a lot of buildup. Just get Nevaeh the ball and see what happens. And she's got probably 5 of her own quality opportunities just by receiving the ball and just being such a threat to go forward.
If you can just have one player in North Central Ohio on your team, Nevaeh might be that kid?
Ooh, man, what a question. Let me think about that for a moment.
Obviously, you love the 2 sophomores for Ontario, the way that Hattie and Addie can cook, but they don't do what Nevaeh does. She's just a game breaker. Barnett off the top of her dome. I think that's going to go out of bounds for a goal kick.
That's a good ball. I like the ball by Belcher. Just that big diagonal ball. It's tough to defend. You don't know what to do with it when the ball's coming in. Get a lot of pressure coming at you. I like the ball. Just not a great header by Barnett. I am going to ponder that question. Maybe at halftime I'll give a real answer. But
dig it.
Hattie and Addie certainly are up there. Nevaeh's Nevaeh. That is a question.
Want to say hello to everyone watching on Facebook as Nevaeh charges in there and as this goes out of bounds. Say hello to Beachy Family Chiropractic. Cheering on the Colts. Kevin McMahon, what's the score and time? Well, open your eyes, Kev. Andrea says it was a bad call earlier.
I got to do that to Kevin like that.
I mean,
1-1 at 10:30 minutes
brother.
left in the first half. 1-1. Sorry about that, Kevin. Jeez.
Stacy cheering on the Rams. Lisa says go Colts. Chase Jackson, go Colts. And then Cassie Boffman, how you doing, Cass? Let's go Clear Fork. I'm tempted. Here, let's go over. Oh, Josh is back out there. You know Josh and Aaron, they are going toe-to-toe, back and forth on the YouTubes. More than 200 of you watching, but it's Aaron and Josh always dominating out there. And Jackson, too, a Snickers in the Woods, he wants to know, like, what's the deal with that, Jesse? And I'm a proponent of if it's fully dressed, if there are no rips in the wrapper, you eat it. You don't want it to go to waste.
Well, that is one perspective we can look at.
And Natalie back. Her first shot attempt of the evening. Another one of those holdovers, if you will, from the state championship team. Her, Nevaeh, Callie Cyrus, the 3 young ladies that they got significant minutes during that state tournament run. And looking to kind of cement their legacy beyond the Taylor Huff era.
Watching Nevaeh play again tonight just furthers my sentiment that we would win the district all-star game. That the Northwest D2 Division District would be, if nothing else, if we don't win, the score is going to be like 11-10.
She's a special
talent. We're going to score some goals with Nevaeh, Hattie, Addie, Annika in there. We're going to score some goals. I'm excited to get this team together, trade them in the offseason.
You throwing your name out there for a potential coach?
The district all-star game? Absolutely, I'm in.
Orchard Park might have to put something together. We'll let Chris Laux know. He's been putting the all-star game together the last several years, but maybe we can do some type of a collab.
Oh.
Yeah, a little slip. How about the hurdle there by Nevaeh? And is this going to be a dangerous play?
It's got to be for Madison then if it's a dangerous play.
Sure. So how does this work?
It's got to touch somebody. It doesn't have to be a Madison player. If the keeper deflects it, a Clear Fork player deflects it, it's got to touch someone before it goes in the back of the net. Strategy-wise from here, I think you're really looking to cross it in. There's not much of an angle for a shot, so I think it's really going to be you got to play it probably to the, as we're looking at, to the left of the wall, and then you got to make the decision. Do you put it on the ground? Do you put it head height? Do you put it kind of waist height? Let's see what they do. You really don't need two players on the ball because I don't see a shot really coming unless you take a big touch to the left and try and hit it there. But I just think your angle's far enough away that not much for a shot.
They're going to set it up back. Delivers just behind Lewis. Trickles right back, though, to Natalie, and she sends one across the face of the net.
The execution, you don't practice those type of play. You rarely do get an indirect kick in the box, and so it's a rare setting where you're just kind of left to instinct. Like, what do you want to do here? How do you want to play this out? The idea was right, a little slow in the execution probably. There's not really a need for a first touch there unless you're trying to just draw defenders to the ball and then play it in. But, again, it's one of those things you don't practice a lot of indirect free kicks inside the box. Certainly outside the box, you'll have a couple you'll go to, a couple sets you'll look at.
Clear Fork was moving it down the field nicely. And now Madison, this has been their offense. Get a turnover, smash it as hard as you can to the other end, and see if 30 can just make it cook.
And my question always for Nevaeh is, can you keep that pace for 80 minutes? Rarely does she sub out in close games. That's a good ball in. Can you keep that pace? I mean, she's getting the ball at midfield and just outrunning people. There's skill involved too, but it's a matter of pace, and it's such a high pace. Can you keep that? That is just so impressive.
I think she's inarguably the fastest sprinter in Richland County on the girls' end.
I'm assuming she's a track superstar. I don't follow a lot of high school track. I'm assuming she's
quite good.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Quite special. Even as a freshman, she was winning events.
Okay.
I'm trying to think back. I think her freshman year at the Mihawk relays, if I'm not mistaken, the 100 and 200, she was right there. Blast off from downtown. And this goes just east of the net.
Thought there was a little bit of a deflection. Let's see if we can see anything there. Maybe not. Tough to tell from our angle here. Referees are right there. Looks like they've got it covered. Well, this has been a game where momentum just follows that pendulum, where you feel like Clear Fork's attacking. Madison gets it out, then Madison attacks, then it's just back the other way. Recently, it's felt like Madison's been attacking for a little bit, so it's probably about time for Clear Fork to kind of go their end and give it a few goes as well. But there was a series there where I just felt like Madison just kind of kept in that attacking area. And
good dangerous ball hopping around. And Jaden comes out, slides to handle it. Had Blue Ball pressuring from the backside there.
Part of that pendulum for Clear Fork is I think they get out of the habit of just connecting that pass in the middle. And when you start when you allow Madison to get a chance to win the ball, they just go forward quickly. And that pendulum swings quickly when Nevaeh can get the ball. So for Clear, yeah, this is what you need. Just be patient. Just keep the ball moving. No bad giveaways. I think you got to pull that back. There's not much on.
Belcher to Windsor tries to cut it back against the grain. Switching fields now.
Yep, that's the play. Just be patient. Just keep the attack building.
Now Zoe Lamp back to Windsor. Had her back to the net. And her delivery is going to sail wide here.
Tough shot there. I think patience is the key for the Clear Fork attack. I know you feel the pressure of the game. You feel like you need to score. But you'd rather get a good scoring opportunity as opposed to just kind of getting it close to the goal. And that's kind of what that opportunity was.
Ball carom dump right to the feet of back, and this is what you got to do. Looking for 30. Anders quickly coming off her back line, and that's the right move for her.
You have good timing there. You just got to be alert, be aware back there.
Just under 4 minutes remaining now.
Good turn by Windsor.
Yeah, she really uses her body well to deflect off potential defenders.
Yeah, she's strong. She's fast. You know, I think it's such a tough matchup. Madison does well to cover that there. Blue ball, I thought, had a chance for a breakaway, but it's just good supporting defense by Madison, kind of rotating over, making sure there's no breakaway at play. Blue ball is going to get a bit of a breather there. She's been playing well in the middle. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Windsor has a bit of a long line drive throw.
Yeah, she does. She can certainly smoke this thing into the box, create some havoc. Clear Fork, a few bodies running around out there, and she does pretty good distance on that one. Headed down here by Madison.
Yeah, first touch went to Madison. That's always key on those throw-ins. You just got to get the first touch forward away from the front of the goal, and Madison does. And still keeping possession of the ball. Still just kind of battling out there. Probably have to get rid of that ball a little bit sooner, but somehow they're still attacking with the ball going forward.
Now here's Lewis. Lost the handle, and Labaki fighting for it. Colt, zip it here to the near side. A little bit more space over here.
A lot of space to go forward if she can find her. She does, and now it's going to be interesting to see what Clear Fork can do.
Brindley Barnett playing it into space. Windsor catches up, cuts back, and she got trucked.
Referee says nothing. I think her momentum certainly made that look worse than it was. Definitely contact. Referee says not enough contact to probably call a foul there, but she kind of received that ball at a weird angle with a lot of momentum going away from the ball, but definitely some contact.
Zoe Lamb comes in, forces the turnover, sets it up. Here's Kendall from the front, left foot. And again, Jaden Pfeiffer drops down to the knees to make the catch. I'll rewind it here on that contact, and you tell me, Jesse, if no foul?
I'd say judgment call. So if referee says no foul, I can agree with that. Definitely contact. Probably not. I don't know. It's tough. She's definitely falling away from the ball before there's contact.
Lewis with a 1-on-5. Kind of like her chances.
Oh, you got
through a bow, huh?
Boy, I didn't see that. Oh, I think she's just kind of, I don't know what to think of that. You can see the arm come up, which is probably what brought the call. I don't think it's.
Didn't look intentional, though.
Didn't look intentional necessarily. I think she's just kind of moving. I don't know. It's weird that you call kind of incidental contact one end and not the other, but the referee has made that call. I think it's okay. Thought she might be offside. She is.
Barnett trying to make a slick turn. Whistle stops the play dead. It's offsides against Brindley. So just 45 seconds remaining here in this opening half. See if anybody's able to create one last scoring chance.
I think the Ontario Lady Warriors have seen enough. They've decided they know who wins. So they're just going to take off and call it a day. Certainly a game well played by them in the first round. Well, defensively, that's one of the better rounds I've seen them play.
Ontario's got a ton of momentum going into the district championship. 3 straight shutouts in tournament action.
Brian, I'm going to make a prediction with 10 seconds to go in the first half. This has PKs written all over it. I know it's the first half. Oh,
Lewis almost able to track it down. Show you that one more time as we are headed into the break. First half in the books. It's been a fun night of soccer already. 1-1 Madison and Clear Fork all knotted up. The Bakers Collision Repair halftime show on the way. Jesse and I will talk about the first half stats. We'll give you some more predictions, even though Jesse already prognosticating that we're going to be here for some extra time tonight. Then we'll get you all set up for half number 2. It's live and free girls tournament soccer exclusively on the OH Report.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Guess who's back?
Dan Marino? You all right?
22! 22!
Delay again. Number 13.
I'm good right here, bro.
Should we? Don't even think about it.
Dulce, muy dulce. O picoso, muy picoso. ¿De qué tienes antojo? Seguro lo tenemos o te lo inventamos. ¿Te gustaría probarlo?
Dávalos Mercado Dulce Amor, 1350 Lexington Ave, Mansfield, Ohio.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Happy Halloween.
It's halftime here at the Lexington Soccer Complex. one half in the books, 1 goal on both sides as Madison and Clear Fork trying to punch their ticket into the district championship match to take on Ontario. All knotted up at this point. I'm Brian Skowronski. Jesse Ryder is with me here tonight. Nevaeh Lewis leading the pack there in that walk out of the circle and kind of has been leading the way here for Madison. Definitely looks like the most dynamic playmaker on the field tonight. She's been the difference maker.
Absolutely. I mean, when she gets the ball, things are happening for sure. I think Clear Fork has probably controlled the game a little bit more.
Yep.
But Nevaeh, I would say, has 1 goal, and out of that, probably 4 other quality chances that were just either a great save by Renee or just missed wide. And so she's one of those players who just have to be aware of where she is and where the ball is at all times, or she will make you pay.
Take a look at these first half stats. Not at the Colt Corral tonight. We are at Lexington, but the team that resides there, 11 shots, 8 of them on net, and you see the corner kicks. I mean, it's very even all the way across the board, right?
Everything is even. The text I'm getting, we all just sense it's kind of got that overtime PK feel to it right now. It's been back and forth. Like we talked about that pendulum swinging. There were moments where, man, Clear Fork could get some goals right now. And then it went the other way. And then Madison could get a couple goals. And then back the other way. Then Clear Fork's at it again. And so, it's 1-1. I think that's a fair score. I think the statistics are not lying to us. It is even. In a lot of different ways, this is an even matchup.
Yeah, numbers don't lie, Jesse. And then certainly very square across the board there as we take a look now in on the Clear Fork side of things. And Coach Bechtel looking to get her unit back to the district championship game. It's been a few years for them since they have been able to compete in that game. Well, I'm trying to think. It's probably been at least 7 years since they've been to a district championship match. So she's one of the best in the biz and just haven't been able to get over the hump because there's been some really good teams coming through Richland County.
Absolutely. You could arguably have one of the top 10 teams in the state of Ohio in different years and then still not make it out of the district because you're just going up to the top 2 teams in the state of Ohio. It's that type of district in the past decade or so, probably even longer as I think about it, that there have been a lot of talented teams to come out of here, which means there's a lot of talented teams that don't come out.
Yeah.
And so I think that's been the case for Clear Fork recently. They've had some talent. I would say that they would say this is probably the year that they kind of have circled and I think this is our chance, this is our year. And I think Madison, they just have enough talent to kind of, hey, we can just go score goals and keep us in games and see what happens after that.
I am going back into the chat session as we've got about 90 seconds before we get back to second half action, and I'm seeing, Aaron just really dominating the comment section along with Josh over on the YouTube side of things, going back and forth, asking me, do I play Fortnite? I do not, guys. I haven't played a video game since about 2013 unless it's on my phone on an airplane. Josh says he bets he does. Now, my boy does. I got an 8-year-old at the crib, and he's probably playing right now, so I could jump on at some point. His gamer tag is called Mystic Myth. If you ever see that on there, send out a little invite. The OH Report Gaming channel. Now, that would be interesting.
You probably get some, that's a popular thing. I play a little Fortnite. Actually, I've got some friends who have invited me some Fortnite tonight, so depending on when this game ends up, could be happening. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out.
What's your name out there?
Writer Crew 20.
Okay.
So send me an invite.
There we go.
Especially if you're good, because that helps me build my self-esteem.
No doubt, yeah. Over on the Facebook side of things, Jill Nelson cheering on the Rams, as is John Gibson. Rob says, Eric Belcher, there might be a girl or two for you in this match. Samantha, let's go Rams. A lot of Ram Nation definitely showing out here.
This is 2 popular crowds we're covering, so I wonder with the bigger kind of online audience and who can represent online. Crowd-wise here, it looks to be pretty even. The tough part is they're all green.
Yeah, that's how do you decipher?
Yeah. What's Madison called? Are they just green? Like Clear Fork's Kelly green. What's Madison called?
Kelly green?
I believe so. Yeah, right.
I think I have known the answer to the Madison question. Game green, perhaps? I feel like is what they've been called before.
Isn't that like a disease?
Well, that's their color of their shirt.
Say gang green?
I think so. I could be wrong. Rams fans, if you know, please do drop us a comment. Get me lined out. If it's not the disease color that you desire, then what is it called?
What is the specifics of the green? I'm nearly 100% sure that Clear Fork is Kelly green. But what is the Madison green?
Well, here's the Madison speed. Lewis, you don't see her cross it often. She does have 7 assists on the year, but typically she's looking for her own shot.
Yeah, I don't know. As much as I've seen her play, I don't think I've ever seen her get an assist. And it's not that I think she's a selfish player. She just scores the goal. So I'm like trying to think where, because her mentality is definitely turn and go to goal, and scores a lot of goals because of. I'm trying to think what in her play would get her an assist.
That's a great question. I'm trying to think back too, and not sure that I've seen. Yeah, Lewis assists. But when you score at the frequency that she does, 70 career goals for her now.
This could be trouble as well.
Oh, wow. Got a good chunk of that one, didn't she? And look at the smile on her face. She's having a good time out there tonight.
Yeah, certainly it's going to be a memory one way or another. It's a good ball in. I like the ball that they played her. Sometimes I feel if they were a little more maybe selective in how they got her the ball, it'd make her even better. But she just routinely turns nothing into something. It's just the type of pace and play that she has. So that was a good ball in. Good opportunity. Tough angle on the shot to go one touch, but she did. And wow, what a goal.
Yeah, I think credit Renee Anders, too, for coming out and just making that window a little bit smaller as well for Lewis. As the Colts come away with a theft. Haven't seen them have a touch yet in opponent territory here in the second half. And here we will with Brindley Barnett, who just gets chucked in the back. That'll certainly draw a whistle.
Yeah, I just think they're running hard for the ball, and Barnett kind of takes a touch in front of her and just get her heels clipped because of it. Referee got it. That ball takes a
over the top. Yeah, here's Labaki.
Bounce.
Thought she was going to have the speed to catch up, Jesse. She was just a shade behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was close. You know, one of the things that Nevaeh does so well, in transition, she'll just kind of hide behind defenders. And so defenders got to be alert to where the ball is. And so she just kind of sits behind them. She doesn't get off sides because she's smart enough to know kind of where to make that run. But just making defenders constantly think, where is she at? Where is the ball at? And the moment you kind of take your head off of where she's at, she just finds that space behind. All of a sudden, she's just going forward.
Madison here having to backtrack just a little bit with Natalie back. Surveys, sends out wide, right to a defender. Picked off that time by Belcher. And into the heels of her own teammate. So a couple of giveaways back and forth. Now trucking through the middle. Here comes Madison with Neal.
Yeah, tough angle there. I think Nevaeh broke to the middle, and the teammate expected her to go wide. It's going to be a foul on Clear Fork.
Whistle goes against Kylie Belcher. Free kick on the way here for Madison.
Foul on Clear Fork, free kick for the Rams.
Seems like we've had a lot of action already. Just 3 minutes here in the second half.
Yeah, this is a dangerous area for Clear Fork. You got to be first to the ball, and you got to get away from your goal. Kind of the two key components to defending this free kick. And
came up way short, I think, of where they intended.
Oh no, those poor bar girls. That's deep into the woods over there. The
Well,
ball,
could
other
be a
balls,
treat. Never know.
could be.
What I'm
Could
going to
be.
do on Championship Saturday, I'm going to go place a fully dressed Snickers bar out there, just sitting on top of a stump, and I'll let you know at the end of the day, Jesse, if it's still sitting there or not. I'm going to get an answer to this question.
Oh, Renee Anders, great snag.
That's what she does so well. Just reads the play. And I think this would have been a situation where you could potentially see a Nevaeh Lewis assist there off the setup, but Clear Fork flipping the field quickly.
Yeah, big punt. The wind helps.
Off the setup. Turning back inside. Blue Ball had it taken right away.
Yeah, you got to go one-on-one. You got to move that defender. It's going to be, I think, a Clear Fork foul. Yep, foul on Clear Fork. I think if you're Mel Blue Ball, that you got to go one-on-one. The touch went right at the defender's feet. A good defender. She's going to win the tackle there. You got to move him. You got to move him side to side. You got to change him around a little bit. You can't take that touch right in their feet.
Lady Rams going to play it across the field here off the restart. Taking their time there, Swigert. And back to her. Not deflected, so it's going to be Clear Fork ball right at midfield.
Yeah, a bit of an unforced error there as it just kind of gained a little bit of possession. Just not enough to keep it in. It's a good run by Jada Neal through the middle. Excuse me. Trying to open the game up a little bit. See Madison just trying to keep possession of the ball. Tough tackle by Jada.
Worked out nicely as she's able to deliver it to Jones. Threading her way through traffic, had Lewis. And punched away, so the Colts now trying to get loose on the counterattack.
Clearfork's going to get some numbers forward. Get Windsor deep there.
Kendall, big left foot coming across the face of the defense. And this one's going to stay in here on the near side. A little bit of footing lost for Avery Wine. Look at that battle won by Barnett. Able to shake loose. Got a little bit of green in front of her now.
Madison with a good double team there. Barnett does one to kind of beat the first defender, but couldn't get the second defender away. Oh, Madison frustrated there. I don't think it's a foul. Hard contact, sure, but I don't think foul. Clearfork does well to keep it in play. Oh, I think you just got to play it back. You don't want to overdo it here. You just want to keep that ball moving, keep Madison moving, keep them guessing a little bit to what you're trying to do. It's a tough angle to go one-on-one in the corner there. They are going to get a throw in for it, but.
Yeah, and this is a weapon with Kendall Windsor coming over, so you see the Colts moving some bodies there into the mix inside the 18. She can get it there. Came up a little bit shy, though, but right back to her, but popped out of bounds.
Yeah, I think you don't want to force things there. You could just take a touch, settle the ball a little bit, put a quality cross in rather than knock it out of bounds. You got to take care of your opportunities with possession. So there's been a couple times here at Clearfork just kind of forcing things, and sometimes that pressure of the game will get to you where you want to do it quickly, you want to do it fast, and it's not always needed to be done in one touch. It's not always needed to be done by one player. The more the ball is moving, the more you got to move the defenders. I think if you're Clearfork, you just got to be patient. Be patient in your attack, keep the ball moving, and make Madison be really good defensively to beat you. But that's going to be troublesome, I think, for Nevaeh. That's a good win by Clearfork. I thought Nevaeh might get the first touch there.
So now Wine tried to dribble her way through the middle. Natalie back mettered, picked her pocket. And bodies kind of tumbling around. No whistle blown.
Kind of just a sloppy game here really in the second half. First couple of minutes we had some opportunities. Right now it's just been kind of back and forth, heavy touches, bad passes. Now some space for Madison. Got to be aware where Nevaeh is at the other end. She's got some space for the ball's played in. It is defended nicely.
Tried to one-time it out of the sky.
Yeah.
But Clearfork was there.
Sabri Caudill did a nice job because that ball is not hit in the middle. It's coming right to Nevaeh at her feet in the box, and you know what happens next.
Natalie Back's done very well tonight to poke it away from some Clearfork offensive players. So this one back into their territory. Cyrus out to the outside. Blue bomb, poked it away.
Yeah, you just got to release that ball down the line. You don't want to cut back into defenders pressing behind you. You had the momentum. You had the angle going forward.
Nice touch to the middle for Barnett. Trying to split a double team Brinley. Didn't get a shot attempt out of it. And now Jones coming up to put some pressure on. Wine sneaks it by. Oh, that's a great ball right on the money. Kendall Windsor going to be one-on-one here with the shot, and it's deflected. Cyrus with the recovery speed. I thought for sure we were going to see Kendall with a big shot.
Well, the question is they're not calling a corner. They're calling a goal kick. Might have just been a goal kick. It might have just took a heavy bounce right before she goes to swing. I think it had to bounces up, makes her swing on the ball just a little off. Tough hit there. Tough break for Clearfork. Good opportunity. It was a good ball in right over top there. Windsor with the pace to track it down. Just can't quite put that shot on target.
Labaki able to shield off back. Turns, surveys, drops it off here to the right wing. Big ball coming up. Headed out of there by Cyrus.
Yeah, Madison is proving their defensive prowess right now. Doing well, just kind of keep things in front of them.
And it's danger mode anytime 30 touches it with the head of steam.
So if she gets triple teamed, that's when she looks for the assist. Noted. All right.
Now you know the playbook. And probably a wise decision more often than not.
Absolutely. No,
send about 2-3 bodies at her.
Maybe you got to get one in front, one beside, and just one to maybe sit behind and just help out.
Yeah, it's almost like football, just having a spy at all times. And we've seen that before at the high school level with soccer, just kind of one player sticking on an offensive player.
Yeah, there's a lot of strategies. How do you want to, match up with a really good player? I think for Nevaeh, what's key is you just got to make it hard for her to get the ball. If it's just a foot race all the time, that is a foot race you're not going to win, at least every time. Probably not most of the time, honestly, but there's a good bit of space for Barnett in the middle. Kind of dribbles into pressure, though. Clifford not super smooth with the possession right now. Just kind of a lot of turnovers. Madison.
Good ball right now, yeah, with Jada. Thought that Natalie was going to make a run, never did, so Jada's like, all right, I'll get it.
And went for a pass for herself. It's a tough pass to make. I see a little. Oh, it's a tough tackle. We're going to have to bring that back. Who was carded in the earlier? I don't remember which number picked up the card earlier. I'm not saying that necessarily warrants a card, but certainly I was thinking she was the one who picked the card earlier.
Yeah, I think it was Kirsten, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a hard foul when you're sitting on a yellow. But free kick here right around midfield.
The senior Avery sees a wide open friend across the field, and Madison not pressuring, staying back right here, so going to deliver from deep, and whoa.
Whoa, wow.
What a shot.
The phrase we've been using is something from nothing, and that certainly was that. It was a kind of a weird free kick, just long and wide. Took a nice touch, no pressure, and just rifles a shot.
This is Kylie Belcher. I mean, that was tracking if Jaden didn't make a nice play on it.
Yeah, nice punch save there. It's just not sure where that ball's going to do. I thought it was going to be away, and it was right at the target. So Pfeiffer, good save, good play, very alert.
What do we got here?
I think we went to the wrong corner flag again.
I see.
Let's see, Avery Wine's going to join for the short corner. Madison doesn't realize it yet. Let's see if they play her quickly or not.
Good-looking crowd on hand here, lining the fence at Lexington.
She took too long, and then a low corner in at that.
Leads to a deflected shot. At least I thought it was deflected.
Looks like she might have just missed that one high and wide.
Take a second look here. It's Addie Blakely. Yep. Referees are so good in real time. It honestly does amaze me. Now, granted, we're quite a bit farther away, but I'll usually question something in my brain, and when I watch the replay, they're pretty darn good.
Absolutely. I was talking to one of the refs from the previous game.
Another big shot from downtown.
Good opportunity there. And he refed when I was a player. He refed when I was a coach, and he's still out here refing today. I said, man, how many games do you think you've refed? And so we're trying to do the math together, and we're over 1,000. We don't know after that, but over 1,000 games. And he's a good guy, good ref.
Can you imagine some of the things he's heard during his career? If you just package those up, put them in a bottle.
I just wonder if it's gotten progressively worse. It seems to me that more and more things are being said at a different level now that would not have been tolerated earlier. I'm a big fan of we need to eject more people more often. Fans, I'm speaking of, not necessarily players. But if people are going to shout obscene things or rude or they need to be removed. It can't be tolerated. Otherwise, this guy who refed 1,000 games, no one's ever going to come close to his statistic because no one wants that. No one wants to be yelled at and belittled and embarrassed. And uh-oh. Yep. Oh.
Yeah, tough collision at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be a foul on clear for it. A little bit of just getting tangled up at the end of the play there.
But Jada Neal with a nice carry, but boom, look at the brunt of this.
Yeah, these are, I believe, teammates for the Ohio Strikers, if I'm not mistaken there. So now we'll see. I've not seen Nevaeh Lewis a lot in this situation where she's going to be on the ball in a free kick scenario, probably 25, maybe 30 yards away. There are players who have the ability to strike the ball from this distance and keep it on target and force a difficult save. And some players just know how to put a really good ball into the box for their team to finish.
Well, she's kind of looking over to the sideline.
I'll tell you what, I think the ball over the top of the wall, her player's got the inside lane. I go pass on this one. Just kind of chip it over the wall that her player went onto it.
She's got 5 Lady Ram teammates, all waiting on the outside of the 18 to her left, Neal to her right. 4 Lady Colt Wall set up. And here comes Nevaeh. I think that was the intention.
I think you're right. I think it was a pass all along, just a little too deep.
Second look on our Jackson Well Services instant replay. Get some service set up by them. Just call 419-JACKSON, one of the best phone numbers in the biz.
This play started with a big Renee Anders punt that was brought right back to Clear Fork's feet. Not a great ball into the box.
Yeah, zipped right into the muck.
You know, typically I like Clear Fork's style. We'll say their attacking possession style tonight's been a little just rough maybe, because I think they're a team that likes the ball, likes to keep the ball moving, and just the decision in the final third has just kind of been behind players, wider than players, just not great goal-scoring setups. And sometimes, momentum, adrenaline, pressure, those will kind of adjust how you hit a ball sometimes. That might be a little bit of what we're seeing right now.
Colts working it down the far side. Little overlap. And, well, takes a hop right underneath Jada's leg.
Wow. Washington just does well to get the ball away from that, because that could have been a lot of trouble for a lot of things there. But Kylie Washington just clears it out quickly.
Fast throw in here for Clear Fork. See if they're able to do anything with it from down in the corner. Blue ball tangled up with the defender. I think Lamp thought there was going to be a whistle. She still kind of looks like there's some indecision and confusion. Never came.
It's a good skill by Lamp. Swagger with another tough tackle out there. She's a tough, hard-nosed player. If she's on that card, you got to be careful. There's nothing wrong there. Obviously, it wasn't even a foul, but just don't want to get carried away with what you're doing. Yeah, this is the type of play I'm kind of talking. I don't see Clear Fork look to just kind of dribble aimlessly like that. They just kind of turn the ball over off the dribble, trying to get the attacking. That usually they're pretty smart. Their heads are up, trying to find that next player in the box.
Not much pace behind that from back. Though, look at that. Just shot straight up down at her feet. Now a big ball. And let's see who gets to it first. A collision. No whistle. And a Clear Fork throw-in.
Yeah, there's not been a lot of just quality passing within the past couple of minutes of the game. It's been a lot of turnovers, a lot of just kind of hitting the ball and chasing. I don't think that's typically Clear Fork style. And Madison, I think, just depends on the moment. That's a good ball in the box, so I like that. I think Madison kind of goes back and forth. That if Nevaeh's on, they're just going to hit it long and let her run, and sometimes they'll try and build out the back a little bit. It's going to be a corner for Clear Fork, though.
Clear Fork going to send in a substitution. And let's see who's going to play this for them off the corner. It looks like Ashton Wine, who just checked in.
Spotted nicely by the ball girl there.
See that? Double duty tonight.
She knew what to do.
Wrangling some balls and then making sure that she gets them set up in place. Now here's Ashton, low laser and never even in the field of play.
Well, I'm not sure if the thought was a shot there as a driven ball across, but not quite the quality you need.
So a bit of a missed opportunity for the Lady Colts there on that set piece as we're closing in on the midway point here of half number 2. Jesse already told you before the break that we're going to extra time tonight, so we're all locked up and just kind of awaiting that moment, I think.
It kind of feels like what the players want at this point. We started the half off with a couple of good opportunities, but recently there's not been much.
Blue ball running into traffic and trouble there.
Yeah, a lot of contact. I think Blue ball might have initiated the contact there, so I wasn't looking much for a PK.
Barnett backtracking, caroms that one out of bounds. And the ball girl getting the second one off the field. And Jesse, we've talked about this in the past. I would be all in for just once per game where you can throw in a second ball from midfield, just kind of like pinball, just for a little while, just see what happens with it or until it gets knocked out of bounds, kind of shake things up a little bit.
Sure, yeah. Liven it up a little bit. Whoever kicks that ball out of bounds is like out of the game forever.
That's a whole nother step I wasn't, contemplating. But hey,
they're gonna change one thing. Let's just go for
why
all
not?
of it then.
Go all in. I mean, rules are constantly changing.
You're not a soccer purist. So I will say soccer is probably the one sport where rules don't seem to be changing that much.
No, not at all.
They are very traditional in nature from the FIFA and level.
Do you happen to know, like, the lineage of soccer when it was created? How long ago?
I don't know. It depends on kind of who it gets it. Well, it's a good shot by.
Great looking rocket.
Pfeiffer was a little slow to kind of react, but she gets the right play.
Yeah, and I like this too from Blue Ball. Turns, sees that she's got a little bit of space in between the gap and just
Forced to keep her in tough save, but there's some space for Nevaeh.
Uh-oh. Lewis going to cut across. Now goes back to her strong foot, and boy, she got a lot of pace behind that one. Another rifled shot here from Nevaeh Lewis. By my count, she's got to have about 8-9 shots on net tonight.
You know, the game is so just like almost eerily similar, where there's just it's in the middle, nothing's happening. Clear Fork gets a really good chance, then Madison gets a really good. That's been like the flow of the game all game long, where it's just so even. I feel the only way to really resolve this is PKs. That's my anticipation of how the game ends.
I'm hearing that. I'm looking it up real fast on the Google. When was soccer
I know
invented?
it was like a Native American sport, but like it used to be played like they would light like a ball type thing on fire, and that's how the Native American. That's a good cross in. Okay, thought it was gonna be trouble for a second. Pfeiffer does well again.
Yeah, this is Barnett. I think probably a pass. But go ahead.
I don't know if that was the first instance of soccer or just one of the variations. You know, it's kind of a simple game, so it could be kind of developed where you're just kicking things around to try and get at a certain area. I don't know when the first professional thing would have been invented.
According to FIFA, the first ever official match played was between England and Scotland in 1872. So they've been doing this for a minute.
Yep, and probably the rules are probably pretty much the same as they were.
Yeah, I can't imagine what would have evolved. As long as offsides has always been around.
Yeah, so certainly it's one of those sports where there's not a lot that people are willing to change. I have always appreciated smaller games just because it's a little more action-packed and a little more touches for all the players. So sometimes in games, not necessarily this setting, but you can just kind of be lost out there. You don't get to touch the ball a ton over the course of the game. But it's just the way it is for now.
Here's Nil on the hop. Tried to knife through a double team. Taken away, now a big ball. Windsor tracking on it. Cyrus gets there first.
Windsor does a good job of taking the angle of that touch away.
And more substitutions, one on each side checking in.
Both teams, I feel like, have subbed pretty consistently. Just keeping players fresh, keeping players in and out.
Madison looking for their 11th victory on the season. Clear Fork sitting on 12 right now. And another blistered ball from way outside. That's probably the furthest away that we've seen tonight.
Yeah, that one specifically, I just think there's better things at play there. You just don't want to waste possessions and allow Madison kind of to get back in the attack, really to let Nevaeh Lewis run forward. And so I just think you have to be a little more patient if you're Clear Fork. Don't rush those shots. Just be patient. Get the good shot you want, rather than kind of settling for these long drives of shots here. I mean, that one was probably 30-some yards away. Pfeiffer kind of camped under it, was able to bring it down cleanly. You got to make her make a good save.
Colts got some good spacing going on right now. Not able to thread it up top, though, for their striker. As it's just mashed out of bounds. 16 minutes to go. Colt throwing on the far side.
And Coach Labaki out there with a good catch and spot for where it was. Labaki might be one of the best assistant coaches in the area. Good guy, good coach. Does a great job.
Yeah, big fan of the Clear Fork staff just from top to bottom.
You know, I will say the Clear Fork, the Valley is just different. It is just a giant family out there. You know, I've got a bunch of Clear Fork girls on my different teams, and you know, Coach Bechtel knows all of them by name. She comes and watches them play. I mean, she's just so familiar with them. It's just, I would say it's so different than any other public school in the area. I'm a big fan of Clear Fork and kind of how they treat their own. Maybe not the same for outsiders, but certainly their own. If you're from the Valley, you're accepted.
Outsiders not so welcome.
I'm not saying that necessarily. I'm just saying I've been welcomed, and I'm not from the Valley, but also I'm coaching their kids, so it's a little different. And all the girls that normally say hi to me on Facebook are at the game tonight, so I don't get all the Facebook hellos. So Addie, Tessa, girls, what's up? Cammie, the Clear Fork crew. That's 2-on-2 here. Oh, that's a good tackle because that could have been problematic.
Yeah, no question. I think the next touch for Brim was probably going to be looking for Nevaeh.
Yeah, a little late to get rid of that ball because Nevaeh had some space. Clear Fork wasn't quite organized.
Oh, look at the acceleration for Lewis! And a huge goal! breaking the tie. I think that went in, yeah?
It was in, yeah. It hit the ball that was on the side of the net. It hit that off the net. But it was a great goal by Nevaeh. Wow.
She just went from first gear to sixth. Unbelievable. Huge shot into the back of the net. Anders, I think, made the right play. Just wasn't ready for the speed that was Nevaeh Lewis.
Yeah, it's a good buildup. I thought the initial pass was slow to Nevaeh to kind of separate there. But Clear Fork couldn't clear it effectively, and Madison just stayed in the attack. And then it was just, there wasn't even much of an angle there. It was kind of what we talked about. It's something out of nothing. That might have been a little more than nothing there, but you can just see it kind of separate there. That's actually a really good ball. I missed how good the ball was initially. Separates the defenders, and it's a good ball in. It's just the speed of Nevaeh, but not only the speed.
Breaking the tie. I think that went in.
Of that finish, side netting, composed, cool, collected, and in the lead 2-1 now because of it.
Both Madison goals, courtesy of Nevaeh Lewis. There's that second ball out on the field. I love it. Both are hopefully up for grabs. Oh, jeez, what a shot, too. See, as soon as that second ball came out,
it was chaos.
Things got real exciting.
Didn't know where to defend. Oh, the ball girls are getting a warning from the referee. Now, hey, they didn't mean it.
What, can they get a red card? I mean, what are you going to do? Take their snacks away?
They're going in the woods.
You're going to bed early tonight. I hope there are snacks just littered around those woods. Good snacks, of course.
I just think that's a bizarre thing to say.
Well, Jesse, we can all dream.
Who was in favor on YouTube, Josh or Aaron?
I hope everybody. I mean, Yogi Bear found a picnic baskets out there all the time. He didn't care where they came from, and he gobbled all that up. I know he's a cartoon character, Jesse, but
Brian,
live a little.
What a tackle. 3 players went down.
Big burst to the outside here for Clear Fork. Oh, another nice touch, wasn't it?
Let's see the quality of the ball here. Got to get in the box. Got to keep it away from the keeper.
Back post, punched up by Pfeiffer and dives.
Pfeiffer, I love it.
I think she had to as well.
2 saves, 1 play. I like it. Pfeiffer's having herself a
nice
game.
touch, wasn't
she's
it?
punched the ball well a couple times tonight. That's not an easy save. Not only does she's aware enough to know that she didn't punch it far enough away and makes the second save. Jaden Pfeiffer having herself a game right now.
Keeping this at a 2-1 advantage in favor of Madison. They have the last 2 goals in the match. After Mel Bluebaugh, she had a top play nominee, huge goal. But Lewis just having another one of those special nights, scoring goal number 23 and 24 on her season. Over 70 now for her career, and only played 3 years.
Sophia Peria does a good job there keeping composed and not turning back into Lewis there.
Yeah, I thought Barnett, she could have had a little bit better touch on that. Great idea, the overlap with Bluebaugh. Now here's Mel to the middle of the park.
Yeah, Clear Fork's a little out of sorts here, kind of forcing the tough ball a couple times here. You can see Nevaeh's frustration of, like, just play me the ball, just get it to my feet, just put it near me, and I'm going to make something happen.
Yeah, she's got like that NFL wide receiver mentality where just they think they're open on every single down, except for it's kind of true with her.
Yeah, well, that's true. If you can get it to her feet, it's gonna be a high press for the defense. They're gonna have to really work for it. Went for the quick throw, but we got some subs waiting to come in.
Yeah, that's right. 2 each side, and to your point, both coaches certainly have been utilizing their bench very often in this second half, trying to stay fresh for the championship minutes, and we're closing in on those. Just 11:40 to go here. Winner, of course, moving on to Saturday's championship match. Who's it going to be?
Yeah, what you also wonder, like, Ontario's mindset. 2 very different results this year. Is it going to be a foul or a throw-in? I think it is going to be a foul. It's going to be Clear Fork free kick just outside the line there. Obviously 2 very different results for Ontario against these 2 teams, with Madison beating them 5-2, and I believe 2-1 victory for Ontario. And so what's the mindset? Do you want that revenge game against Madison, or would you rather take the game where you already beat this team, so it's possible, it's doable? I think either way, we're in for a great game.
This ball's going to come up just a little bit short, played by Cyrus.
I feel like that's been true. A lot of the Clear Fork free kicks, just not quite deep enough into the box to be problematic.
And they haven't had Labaki take many of them, much to my surprise.
Nevaeh received this ball probably 10 yards behind midfield, is still on a breakaway.
She is a 1 lady break every time. And you're right. Somehow with this motor and engine, Jesse, she just never seems to run out of fuel.
Yeah, now I wonder if that play specifically, because typically she kind of has that nose for goal to get her angle right. She kind of just went wide there and just kind of hit it back to the keeper. I mean, it's still on goal. It's still impressive, but if she can make a 60-yard sprint, you might as well just drop her back farther because she's so hard to defend when she gets the ball. You can see her walking back a little bit slower now. Maybe not quite 80 minutes. She's not had a break in terms of subbing off. Obviously, she's smart. She knows how to recover. And so if I can't see her necessarily on camera right now, but there's no need to hurry back right now. Madison was not having the ball. They didn't have possession. And so she just kind of knows that position, knows where to go, knows when to make those runs, and just kind of knows when to be a threat.
Clear Fork throwing on the way over from the far side. In front of our local media members there. See Jake Furr hanging out, along with Kurt Conrad. Two award-winning writers. And that's going to stay in bounds here.
From our vantage point, it looked like it was just going to go out, and players kind of stopped.
And here it is again, the biggest threat, largest weapon in the game. Nevaeh with a pass, though. And it's Nil charging through the middle of the field, setting it up now for Lewis. Backside. And another big shot. Wow, what hands.
That's a great pass by Nevaeh. We've talked all about her speed, her skill, her ability to finish, but that was a great pass into the box. I mean, all the defenders were drawn to Nevaeh, and Nevaeh does a great ball in.
Yeah, look at Jones getting one-on-one with Renee. And, wow, that's a heck of a snag right there.
Yeah, it really was a snag. Just kind of put your hands out there, grab it real quick, and that was a save that was needed.
Clear Fork on the hop. Ashton Wine getting on her horse. She's able to win possession. Cyrus making it tough. Bats it out. And more subs.
So we got about 8 minutes, 20-some seconds left. My thought is with the way this game is going, Clear Fork will probably have at least two more, at least decent opportunities on goal. It will be, can they capitalize on one of those two with the way the game has progressed? But for part of that, they've got to just be patient and get a quality opportunity rather than just hoping a long shot goes in. Pfeiffer has proven she's going to be able to handle the long shot, so it's really got to be patient in the attack, get a quality ball in, and then can you finish that? Just no movement off the ball for Clear Fork now.
Yeah, it was a lot of moves there for Belcher to try to shake free, wasn't able to.
Yeah, there's going to be 3-on-3 the other way. And we talk about the speed of Nevaeh Lewis. Jada Neal's fast in her own right. Goes for a big shot. Probably not quite the shot you want there, but why not? Give it a go, see what happens.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with Jada tonight. Just her ability to handle the ball. Good speed there you saw on display. Made a nice run. And for Clear Fork, can you find an answer here down the stretch?
That's kind of been the story of their second half right now. Blue ball has the ball and just hits it hard at the feet of Madison, and they're good enough defensively. They're going to touch that. It's going to be a Madison throw. Now, Madison, young, but I think they understand the game here. So there's no hurry to get this throw in. There's no need to kind of go fast with it.
It's going to come right back at Swigert. Now here's Labaki, who, I mean, we really haven't seen her do much in this second half. Hasn't created a bevy of opportunities like we're accustomed to seeing from her. And yet again, I mean, it's just this breakout here for the Rams. It's number 2 and number 30. That's the entire offense.
There's a little bit of a conflict here.
Oh, Nevaeh Lewis just got a card?
Yeah, they're definitely tangled up. And then Nevaeh Lewis steps to her. Maybe something was said. But you can see there's definitely...
Okay, so I mean...
Yeah.
She put the elbow up. Definitely said something. Must have been something vile.
Yeah, I don't know if it's for the actions or words. I mean, looking at the replay, I think a card is fine there. You see it there. I'll be interested to see what. I don't think a foul was called initially, so the infraction's going to be the whatever on Nevaeh, whether it was verbal or the kind of just even just challenging a player without the ball like that's probably not appropriate. So warning a card there, fine with the card. Nevaeh is obviously back on the sub line already, so she'll be in as soon as next stoppage of play. Another bad Clear Fork giveaway, though. Just some miscommunication, some poor decision making. Clear Fork's got about 6 minutes to get this organized, or it's going to be a rough end to your night.
Jones pushes it down the line, finds Jaden Neal, trying to turn the corner, the setup to the middle. And with Nevaeh over on the sideline, a little bit different looking offense there as Washington sails that wide over top. Lewis back into the mix now after the miss. So she wasn't missed for long.
Yeah, just got to be, and we've talked about the emotions of this, especially as you're winning. You don't want to pick up a second yellow and then, the soft red and then have to miss your next game. That would certainly not be good for Madison when you're going against the likes of Ontario. So just composure in the final 5 minutes. Understand the game, understand the emotions. You've got to make it to the next level.
Lamp went down after she lost the ball. And
Oh, wow.
off the top of the crossbar.
Jaden Neal is just feeling it right now. It's her second long shot. The first one was right to Renee, but that one off the post.
Yeah, check this out. How close was that? Just a few inches away from being potential game-sealing goal.
Yeah, Renee had a good angle on it, but it was just right at the post. It's just tough to decide what to do.
Clear Fork still with enough time to get a few rallies going here.
Yeah, under 5 to go. Clear Fork's the type of team that they can score. The game's not over yet. They've not been great in the attacking area in the past 10, 15, 20 minutes or so, so it's really going to be connecting that ball in. There's some space for Wine. Going for that long shot again. I just don't think the long shot's what you want. They're usually pretty consistent as building the ball up, just finding the next open player. A little razzled right now, I think.
Now Cottle with not a great play there, but it's going to end up with a Clear Fork throw-in. As another minute's gone off the clock.
Blue ball still kind of pressing. I'm not sure who that's off of. It's going to be a Clear Fork throw. It's going deep into the woods. Now this is the play. If this one goes back in the woods, this is where we get troublesome with this complex. But so far, so good.
Big throw-in. Headed straight up by Blue Ball. Trying to time up a one-timer, and into the mix goes Wine. A lot going on here.
Still at Labaki's feet. Back to Lamp. Good hit. Oh.
Almost fell right at the feet there of Ashton, and now she rips one just over top. Oh, what a sequence. Let's back this up quite a bit all the way to the throw-in.
Yeah, you can see it's a long throw blue ball. That header straight up. It's not good for anybody. You just got to figure out what to do with it. It's just tough to handle. Labaki does well. Just kind of keep working at it. Keeps swinging around there. And then Labaki, I think, makes the right play here. Back to Lamb. Doesn't force a bad shot. I think you're okay with the shot that Lamp hits, or the Ashton Wine hits. You just got to be consistent in this build-up, though. Don't settle for those long shots. Keep the ball moving. I think you're able to break down the Madison back line if you're patient.
Clear Fork doesn't have much time to exercise that patience here. Got to get to work in a hurry at this point now. Nice soft little touch there by Ashton. Barnett got taken out. And the late whistle comes in, so we're going to get a huge opportunity off the set piece on the way here for Clear Fork.
Yeah, referee handled that exactly right. And trying to let the advantage play out there. No advantage, so he's going to bring the foul back.
This is Avery Wine on the ball, and she goes back posts. Sniped out of the air by Jaden, yeah.
She's had herself a nice game out there. Really has done a good job. Shown some good hands in some difficult settings. Clear Fork's gotten a couple good opportunities here in the past minute, but they are running out of time to not get that second goal to tie things up.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Avery Wine down the line, deflected out of bounds here by Jones as we're sub 2 minutes remaining. Clear Fork looking for the great equalizer, try to force extra time.
People are getting on the edge of the seats. So you can just sense that there might be, I said Clear Fork would have about 2 more opportunities. They did. Maybe time for 1 more if they can regain and keep the ball.
They're going to punch it out wide, give Blue Ball an opportunity.
Go, 80 seconds to go. Got to figure out how to get the ball into the box at your feet. You can't chase it out of bounds the whole time. There's a corner. You got to send the house. You got to send some players up here. Nevaeh's even go back to defend. There's no threat to go forward. There we go.
Good point. Yeah, they're keeping Sophia Perry back, and now Bechtel says get in there.
Yeah, just send the house. Nevaeh scores now. It doesn't matter.
Again, they come up short. Well short. That has been the story of their free kicks and all their set pieces tonight.
Nevaeh's going to get free here. Let's see if she looks the player. Just kind of hits it to the corner. I think she was fatigued on the run out there. Oh.
Another big ball, and it hops away. So Lewis, we'll see if she takes it down into the corner.
Indeed she does. Veteran move here. We're under 30 seconds to go.
Clock milking away, 25. And she gets the throw in. Actually, foul.
Oh, wow.
So an opportunity for her, yeah. Wait for her teammate to come swap her out.
Yep, she was in the corner. There's no hurry on that free kick there.
And it looks like Clear Fork season is going to come to an end yet again in the district semifinals, as we will get Madison versus Ontario for the 6th time in the last 7 seasons for the district championship here at Lexington, as Ram Nation out onto the field. Big win for them in this program. Moving back into the championship game yet again. Stick around for our Baker's Collision post-game show. That's going to include an interview with our most valuable player of the match, brought to you by Jackson's Well Services. I don't think there's any question. We got to hear from Nevaeh Lewis.
Absolutely. I think you go her and Piper, actually. I think they both were phenomenal in the whole game and at each end of the field here. So I think you're right. Nevaeh Lewis, Piper, co-MVPs again. What a game. What a night.
You'll hear from both of those ladies, plus final stats and more. Keep it here.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Dan Marino? You all right?
22.
Number 13.
I'm good right here, bro.
Should we? Don't even think about it.
Dulce, muy dulce. O picoso, muy picoso. ¿De qué tienes antojo? Seguro lo tenemos o te lo inventamos. ¿Te gustaría probarlo?
Dávalos Mercado Dulce Amor. 1350 Lexington Avenue, Mansfield, Ohio.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Gotta give a big thank you to all of our generous sponsors allowing you guys to watch live and free tonight. There is never going to be a paywall here on the OH Report, even at tournament time, because of amazing sponsors like Baker's Collision Repair. You can schedule service with them. Click on the link down in the description for their website. MWD Logistics, if you need to get something moved or stored here, not just in the greater Mansfield area, but all around the state of Ohio, they are the ones to do it. Holler at Chris Laux. Jackson Well Services. They can put in a well anywhere, anytime. If you've got some problems with yours, they'll come through as well and make sure that you got the cleanest, best water coming through. Big shout out to Mechanics Bank as well, Richland County's only independent bank. Frito Lay, where it's always good fun. Dulce Amor, located on Lexington Avenue in Mansfield. Every single day they've got a different special going on. And Spitzer Motors of Mansfield, home of the Spitzer Shield, where you are always free of any craziness. Jesse Ryder's got both of our MVPs. We're going to be back with them coming up in about 1 minute.
I'm here with Jackson Well Services MVP, keeper Jaden Pfeiffer. Great game, great saves tonight. You got a fan club out in front of us right now. You were absolutely terrific. What was your mindset before the game? What were you thinking about tonight's game?
To be honest, I was really nervous to come and play for this game, but we came out and got a good win, I would say so.
Absolutely. I thought you played terrific. You had some really big saves, really just some punch saves. Did you think a couple of those saves, do you think you got enough on it to keep it out of the back of the net?
I really think so, yeah. Some, like I said, you got me really nervous, but I attempted and I got them.
Absolutely. So now you win tonight. Great game tonight. And now up next is Ontario. District Championship Saturday. What's the mindset for this team? What do you have to be to kind of beat Ontario to keep playing?
I would say wake up, get ready, be ready for the game.
Absolutely. Any shout-outs? Anybody you want to say hello to? Say hello, good night, welcome, whatever you want.
I would say thank you for all my family and friends, and I really appreciate everyone being here.
All right, great job, Jay Nart. Nevaeh, get up here as well. Co-MVPs tonight for Jackson Wells Services. Nevaeh Lewis, our other MVP, 2 sensational goals. Before kickoff, what were you thinking? What was going through your head?
I was really nervous because at the beginning of the season they beat us, so our heads were kind of down, but we came through and we got the win.
For you, we talked about a lot during the game, just getting the ball at midfield, turning and going. What's your mindset? When you get the ball, what's your job?
To dribble around everybody and put it in the back of the net.
There you go. Dribble around everybody, put the back. Just keep it simple. I like it. Keep it simple. Now, same question. Ontario, Saturday, rivals. You've seen them a number of times. What do you think about this game?
We just got to come out and play our game and do what we did during regular season and take over the win.
Absolutely. All right. Any shout-outs? Anybody want to say hello to out there?
I want to thank my teammates, coaches, and my mom, and my whole family that came and saw me today.
All right. Awesome. Co-MVPs tonight, Jackson Wells Services. Great job, girls.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not?
Dan Marino? You all right?
22, 22.
Number 13.
I'm good right here, bro.
Should we? Don't even think about it.
Dulce, muy dulce. O picoso, muy picoso. ¿De qué tienes antojo? Seguro lo tenemos o te lo inventamos. ¿Te gustaría probarlo?
Dávalos Mercado Dulce Amor, 1350 Lexington Avenue, Mansfield, Ohio.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Happy Halloween.
We welcome you guys back to Lexington High School for our post-game coverage presented by Baker's Collision Repair. Truth, honesty, integrity, expertise, and passion. And I think you could say all those things about these two teams that competed here tonight. We had one well of a ball game, Jesse. Somebody had to lose, and it's Madison again moving on to the district championship. They just had two great weapons. You talked to them both. The two MVPs had phenomenal.
Yeah,
nights.
Opposite ends of the field. I thought what they did tonight was absolutely terrific. I thought when Nevaeh touched the ball, just incredible things were happening. I mean, she had 2 goals. First half, I thought there was nearly 5 goals in the first half, and we've seen her do things similar to that. I thought her touches on the ball. You heard her in the interview, get the ball, dribble around people, and score. I mean, why not? Just keep it simple. And she makes it sound so simple. She makes it look so simple. But man, what a player and what a game she had.
Yeah, if anybody else that we've interviewed this year had that answer, I'd be like, oh, okay. But with her, it's like, yeah,
that's the job. Absolutely, that's what you do.
That kind of works out. So our final stats of the night, Clear Fork is heading back to the Colt Corral now for the rest of the season, and it was very even in the first half. I think it even evened out more in the second half. The differential, just that one big opportunity with Nevaeh Lewis doing what she does, dribbling around people and getting goals.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw it all game long. She got the ball. She was a threat to go forward. She did some amazing things with that. So, I honestly think this is a tough one for Clear Fork because I thought they got a good group. There's a talented senior class there. I thought they played well in spurts tonight. Just the second half, it just felt like they just couldn't quite keep the ball in possession, couldn't quite get a good attack. And we talked about the final 8 minutes. They'd probably get 2 good opportunities. They did, but they could just not put them in the back of the net. So it's going to be a lot of, for the coaching staff, I know it's going to be a lot of, what if we would have done this, or what about this, or and kind of going back and forth. This is a tough one to swallow for Clear Fork, I'm sure.
Well, Madison's going to get Ontario in the district championship for the 6th time in the last 7 years. They have yet to lose to the Lady Warriors in that matchup. This head-to-head, Jesse, give me some quick initial thoughts on what you're expecting from Saturday's matchup.
I'm going to say something that's easier said than done. You got to figure out how to contain Nevaeh, right? I mean, she got 2 tonight. I thought Clear Fork's had a great defensive back line. I think they have good speed. They're smart players, but she still broke through for 2. Had opportunities probably for 3 or 4 more. And so it's basically, if you can shut down Nevaeh, you're going to have a chance to win. And the same's going to be true for Madison. You know, Ontario's got that vaunted attack we talked about too, but I just think Nevaeh is such a playmaker that when she gets the ball, things happen, and good things happen, and goals are good things, and Madison showed that tonight.
Yeah, no question. She's the ultimate weapon here in this tournament. Ontario, of course, they've got a couple of stars themselves, and it's all going to align for those two to play one more time Saturday afternoon. We will be back here with live and free coverage for the district championship with the Richland County team moving on yet again to play at regionals. That is going to wrap up our coverage, though, tonight here from the Lexington Soccer Complex. One more thank you to all of our generous sponsors helping to come together, bring you live and free coverage. Could not do it without them. Baker's Collision, MWD Logistics, Jackson Well Services, Mechanics Bank, Frito Lay, Spitzer Motors of Mansfield, and Dulce Amor. For Madeline Cezudo and Jesse Ryder, I am Brian Skowronski saying so long for tonight, but we will be back with more tournament action tomorrow. I've already called 6 games this week, Jesse. I'm going to total it up to 8 with a doubleheader tomorrow. We're going to see Lexington and Norwalk back-to-back. They're going to play in boys soccer, then they're going to play in volleyball. Both of them looking to move on to the regionals. But for now, for tonight from Lexington, we are out of here. So long, people.
Bring that money, pour it in. Bring that money, pour it in. Bring that money.